Since its release less than a week ago, ChatGPT has been one of the most popular topics. People are still in awe of what it is capable of. With over 1 million users signing up in just 5 days, it's also smashing records. Quicker than Twitter, Facebook, Netflix, and even Instagram. You won't have to spend any more time Googling solutions to issues because ChatGPT breaks things down in great depth and explains how they operate. People will start to wonder if Google will still be important in the future as a result of this. Do you wish to know what TypeScript's restrictions are? With ChatGPT, you're covered. But what precisely is ChatGPT, and what gives it such strength? I was interested in learning whether it was created by the same individuals who were responsible for OpenAI. They have been developing strong engines like Codex, the powerhouse behind GitHub Copilot, and which are currently forming some pretty intriguing technologies, something that a large number of us already use in our regular coding on Versus Code. And if you pay close attention, you might spot the early stages of ChatGPT, where users enter prompts and receive results from an AI-generated system. Using questions you enter, DALL-E 2 was another example of an image generator. Here, you may see several representations of a spaceman mounted on a horse, numerous other instances that go beyond traditional art. As a result, ChatGPT is a fairly novel method of getting an AI to solve a problem or respond to a prompt in a way that is human-like. And this can sound extremely frightening, especially to firms like Stack Overflow, which take pride in providing solutions to problems involving people. In fact, they've gone so far as to ban ChatGPT from their systems. This is because they want to establish a level of trust. And if people just copy and paste answers from the GPT without any citations, that might undermine that trust. But first, let's look at ChatGPT from the inside out by utilizing it to see how valuable it will be in our day-to-day activities in the development sector as well as in any other industry. If you didn't already know, ChatGPT is totally free. To test it out for yourself, simply visit OpenAI, sign up for a new account, and then choose the ChatGPT interface. I like the design a lot. Giving you the samples and some of the powers and restrictions of ChatGPT is great and straightforward. These powers include some very potent ones, such as recalling what a user said throughout a discussion and giving additional adjustments. Here, for example, I have this blog post called A Beginner's Guide to ChatGPT. I wrote it with the help of ChatGPT a couple days ago, and here on your screen you can see a couple examples of use cases that this might be relevant for. So email replies being if someone asks you a question via email about how to do something. An example: I'm having trouble setting up VPC peering between MongoDB Atlas and Amazon Web Service. Document generation is another example that you can feed in and get answers to. So being able to generate scripts, presentations, talk tracks, or other things like that based on the context that you give the system. There's another example, we'll talk about that one here shortly: data analysis. I think that this is going to become more relevant. As organizations adopt this, you can see a day where maybe they are pulling in private data, and they have a private ChatGPT instance that has relevant data. So if you work at Microsoft, for example, you could potentially use this ChatGPT to search through internal-only data, effectively acting as an assistant. Customer service, having the ability to quickly find answers to various customer queries, and even replacing some basic Tier 1 customer service if you've ever been to a website and kind of clicked on chat support and you'll notice that you're probably greeted by a bot. You ask it a question and it can sort of direct you. Well, this is much like that, but much more advanced, and so on. The first thing I wanted to do was check if it could define TypeScript or Python for me. It provided me with a pretty sound response, stating that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. I chose to ask TypeScript for a hello world function because I had never used TypeScript before. In addition, it wrote the function so that I could only copy and paste it. But it also gave me information about the function, so this is really just the start. Things start to get interesting from here. I was working on a simple application when I encountered a problem that I couldn't resolve. In order to find out what it would say, I choose to copy and paste this error into ChatGPT. Here is some JavaScript source code for a video app upload. When I try to execute this code in Node.js, it runs fairly well for me. I then copied and pasted this into ChatGPT and asked if it could help me fix the following code. I got my code back repaired, and ChatGPT even went through and gave me the code to copy and paste while explaining precisely what was wrong, why it was wrong, and how it was fixed in this particular situation. I basically made an error when I wrote my return function, but it has now been repaired, and it has been checked to make sure the spelling is proper. If I didn't know any better, it might have even been a real person commenting on this, saying that it fixed the typo exactly here on the line where it reads return. For instance, a mentor or a boss who might be checking and approving your code. And because this may actually be like a personal assistant officer, it makes me wonder exactly how things might grow in the future. But because the ChatGPT is applicable to just about anything, it has a lot of value even outside of programming. To go one step further, I wanted to make a list of foods I could eat that don't contain carbs because I'm trying to shed a little weight. This gave me 3 dishes that I could have: grilled chicken, shrimp, and some omelets. I asked if it could make a grocery list for me based on those meals, and it did so without any trouble. In addition, it indented the items to make them easier to read. I think that ChatGPT is here to stay. I think it'll be revolutionary. It'll become a part of our daily lives, much like how Google has. Not only that, but it's going to revolutionize so many industries once they take full advantage of it. Though this is just my opinion, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit like on this video.